Orthodox is the best for world conquest religious ideas? No, I still disagree. Sunni is better than Orthodox. All right, fine. I'm going to get the file. You've convinced me. 1 second. Let me turn Frediger on. Okay, so these are the pros and cons of, well, not cons, just the pros of each religion. Okay, if you talk about Orthodox, here's what makes Orthodox great, right? Assuming you get your patriarchy to 100% strength, which is the goal, usually, as playing as Orthodox, the benefits are 3% missionary strength, 33% more max manpower, minus 3% local unrest. Because you are part of the Catholic religious group, you're allowed to do personal unions. I personally strongly dislike personal unions in world conquests because they have a 50-year integration cooldown, unlike vassals, which have a 10-year integration cooldown. It is theoretically possible to get free land, right? Because you can inherit a personal union if they are small enough, but that's difficult and it's RNGesus. I don't really like that. I don't like having a relationship slot tied up for 50 years for a personal union when it's just basically luck-based. Christian religious group, yeah, right, sorry, my bad. You also get minus 10% stab costs, which is pretty much irrelevant. I mean, you maybe bump stab once every 5 to 10 years, so you're talking about 10 admin points every 10 years, which is like nothing. And then you also have +1 tolerance of the true faith. This pairs with your local unrest in provinces. Well, all provinces get the patriarchy bonus. And then once they are converted to Orthodox, you have a total of like -4 raw tolerance of the true faith. Okay? However, the Sunni, all Sunni, like all of the people in this group, so whether it's Shia, Ibadi, or Sunni, get access to most of these things, but I specifically prefer Sunni based on the fact that Sunni is the most dominant of the 3 on the map. You have access to the Dhimmi estate, which is easy to manage, giving minus 10% tech cost, which, if you guys will go back a long time ago, you guys remember when we did the idea comparison poll? Literally every single person, not every single, that's an exaggeration. It was conclusively proven that the strongest idea, the best idea in the game is right here. Scientific revolution, technology cost minus 10. Everyone, except for the idiots, agreed that this is the single strongest idea of all ideas in the entire game. Okay? So if you play as the Sunni, you just get that. 10% tech cost. Okay, that's pretty good. You also get +2 tolerance of heathens. The reason why this is relevant is because you usually don't have issues with rebellions in land that is already your faith or that has been part of your country for a long time. Where do you normally have we're going to talk about the icons. Just hold on, we're not done yet. The places where you normally have issues with rebels are places that have separatism. It's 30 years of separatism after you conquer new land, unless you have the humanist idea group, right? So you usually have issues with newly conquered territory, which is usually heathen, which is why +2 tolerance of heathens is strictly better than +1 tolerance of the true faith, in my opinion. The piety slider can be used in both directions. You can either have +20% national tax modifier minus another 10% tech cost. Yes, that stacks, so that's 20. And you have +20% national manpower, which competes directly with this, except that this isn't difficult to obtain, while getting to 100 patriarch authority is difficult, relatively speaking. Or you can go the opposite direction, which I almost never do, which is like -3%, +3% missionary strength, +10% morale of armies, I think, and something else. I don't know. I almost never go in that direction. Generally speaking, you stick with legalism. Legalism's better. If you have a ruler who has 5 Diplo skill, then you have a decision as a person of this faith to enact as long as your current character is alive, which gives you an additional -5% tech cost and an extra +1 missionary strength. So altogether, just by being Sunni, you can have -25% all tech cost. It's pretty good. Ikta is the first tier government reform, which gives 5% national tax modifier, 8% more vassal tax income, versus the standard feudal monarchy. So instead of 25% feudal monarchy subject income, you have 33% subject income. You have access to the Ikta clicks, which gives you national tax +15, plus some ducats relative to your dev, or The other option is you can do minus, I want to say it's 15% liberty desire. I think it's minus 15 and +1 Diplo rep. Super great for integration because you get faster integration speed. It also makes it so you can have a huge number of subjects. I can't remember specifically what the name of the click is, but yeah, body does have minus 10% dev cost, which is good, but generally speaking, with a world conquest, you're not really worried too much about doing development. It's more fun to stack development when you're like trying to play tall. All right, so the chat said that I'm basically skipping over the Orthodox things, which I did. One sec, let's take a look at them. We are Orthodox. So what do we have access to? We have 5 choices. Icon of Saint Michael. Max manpower recovery speed plus 10%. This is, it's okay, but it's, in my experience, when you're doing a world conquest, it's not difficult to have strong economy, plenty of manpower. You're usually using mercenaries. It's not a big deal. 5% discipline, sure, that's nice. But generally speaking, if I had to choose between tech cost reduction and discipline, I would take the tech cost reduction, then just get ahead of time on tech and dominate everyone. You can also instead use Icon of Elusia, National Unrest -3, Harsh Treatment Cost -25. Situationally, this can stack really well, although there is a floor to Harsh Treatment Cost at, I want to say, 10% now is the floor that you can put it at. I think you can't get below 5 Harsh Treatment Cost. National Unrest -3, yeah, it's very strong, but again, as Orthodox, you don't usually have issues with rebels. If you're running this, then you're running this at the expense of anything else. It's not that great. Construction cost -10 is just inconsequential. Dev cost -10, situationally good. But again, for a world conquest, you're not usually trying to do a lot of manual development clicks. You're trying to conquer the world. Icon of St. Nicholas, improve relations, aggressive expansion impact. One of the best icons for sure because it allows you to blob. Because this affects aggressive expansion decay as well as reduces your impact. This would probably be the one I would run most of the time while doing a world conquest if I was Orthodox. But I, again, would still rather just have Sunni, all the different modifiers. And then this one is useless. You would never take this. Institution embracement cost. There are 7 institutions in the game. You only click the button 6 times usually because most countries start with the first institution. So it's like once every 50 years that the institution embracement cost reduction actually matters. And then institution spread plus 25 is also insubstantial. So I would never choose this, ever. Not to mention choosing these reduces your patriarch authority, and it's already not easy to get to 100. So, I mean, I've had runs where I'll start as Novgorod, and it takes 50 to 100 years just to get to 100 patriarch authority. Anyway, that's my reasoning why. I don't know why people are so hell-bent on saying that Orthodox is the best in the game. It's not. Sunni is just better. It's just better.